Hello, my name is Jamie Tass-Pasley. I'm the office administrator here at First Baptist Church in Topeka, Kansas. As a staff team, we have put together these Holy Week devotion videos to help guide you through Holy Week. I ask after you watch these videos to spend some time in quiet response. Listen to what God is saying to you or what He may not be saying to you. Journal your thoughts and/or any questions you may have. And lastly, share these videos with your family and friends. These are great Lenten resources to have with you, not just during Holy Week, but for every day in your life. Maundy Thursday is part of the Christian celebration of Easter and marks the night of the Last Supper. A feast was prepared in an upper room in Jerusalem for Jesus and his 12 disciples. This marked the occasion of the institution of the Eucharist, or what is more commonly known as Holy Communion. This feast included lamb, unleavened bread, bitter herbs, wine, bean stew, dates, fruits, and so much more. During the feast, Jesus set apart the unleavened bread and the wine and reassigned, or better yet perfected, their meaning. The bread is his body and the wine is his blood. Now a reading from Luke chapters 22, verses 7 through 23 says, "Now the festival of unleavened bread has arrived when the Passover lamb is sacrificed. Jesus sent Peter and John ahead and said, 'Go and prepare the Passover meal so we can eat it together.' 'Where do you want us to prepare it?' they asked. Jesus replied, 'As soon as you enter Jerusalem, a man carrying a pitcher of water will meet you. Follow him. And at the house he enters, say to the owner, "The teacher asks, where is the guest room where I can eat the Passover meal with my disciples?" He will take you upstairs to a large room that is already set up. That is where you should prepare our meal." They went off to the city and found everything just as Jesus had said, and they prepared the Passover meal there. When the time came, Jesus and the apostles sat down together at the table. Jesus said, "I have been very eager to eat this Passover meal with you before my suffering begins. For I tell you now that I won't eat this meal again until its meaning is fulfilled in the kingdom of God." Then he took a cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. Then he said, "Take this and share it among yourselves, for I will not drink wine again until the kingdom of God has come." He took some bread and gave thanks to God for it. Then he broke it in pieces and gave it to his disciples, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." After supper, he again took the cup of wine and said, "This cup is the new covenant between God and his people, an agreement confirmed with my blood, which is poured out as a sacrifice to you. But here at this table, sitting among us as a friend, is the man who will betray me. For it has been determined that the Son of Man must die. But what sorrow awaits the one who betrays me?" The disciples began to ask each other, which of them would ever do such a thing? On the first Sunday of each month here at First Baptist Church, we have Holy Communion, where we remember his sacrifice for us. We recall those words that Jesus spoke. "This bread is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. And this cup is the new covenant of my blood and shed for you. Do this in remembrance of me." I often find myself saying a prayer or having a moment of quiet reflection to thank Jesus after I eat this bread and drink this wine or juice. I do this in a way to glorify him and all the things that he gives to me, not just on the first Sunday, but every day of my life. Some of you know that I was born and baptized in the ELCA Lutheran Church. I grew up having communion every Sunday. Having communion on the first Sunday versus every Sunday, there is no right or wrong answer, and every religion is different on when they have communion. But since moving my membership to First Baptist last year, I have come to enjoy having Holy Communion once a month on that first Sunday. It just makes it that much more special to me. It also gives me time to ponder the real reason why we have Holy Communion, and for me to think about those sacrifices that Jesus did so I and us can be here today. In closing, I ask you to close your eyes and think about that day in the upper room in Jerusalem and having the Last Supper with Jesus. Imagine sitting at his table as one of his disciples. You are taking in his Holy Communion. Are you thinking about his words and what he is saying to you? Okay, now open your eyes. It is the first Sunday of the month, and you're here at First Baptist Church. We are all gathered around his table as his disciples, ready to take his Holy Communion. Knowing what you know now about Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, are you pondering those same words today? Do this in remembrance of me. I invite you to join us this coming Sunday morning at our Easter worship service. We've got small groups that start at 9:15 and our worship service to celebrate our risen Lord at 10:30. If you have any questions or you need any more information, you can check out our weekly Friday newsletter, our Sunday morning bulletins, our Facebook page, and our website for more information. Have a wonderful day.